And now we begin with this evening's speeches. We'd like to start with one of our guests, and we will be seeing him handing out awards a little later tonight. Please introduce our first speaker this evening.
And our first speaker, of course, we have Honorable Justice Byron Ongaya. And just to give you a profile, he was appointed in July 2012 as the principal judge of the Employment and Labor Relations Court in Nairobi. He has served in various cities and chairs of various committees. Ongaya has experience in law, including constitutional and administrative law, judicial review, civil litigation, and public policy and legislative drafting. He has authored numerous legal instruments and is a registered certified public secretary of Kenya, CPS. He is also involved in community mobilization and environmental improvements.
This is Byron Ongaya, the principal judge of the Employment and Labor Relations Court of the Republic of Kenya. I'm extremely glad for this invite from the Federation of Kenya Employers. We in the judiciary, we embrace the vision of social transformation through access to justice. One of the key pillars of this is what we are having today, that together as Kenyans, what the Vision 2030 of prosperity for all Kenyans. And I want to share with you 2 or 3 elements of why we think this continued sharing and conversation is very important. First is the idea of fair practices. And this is within the realm of the usual fair remuneration and other fair terms and conditions of service, and of late policies by employers that make it easy for men, women, and even persons with disabilities to go to work. Secondly is the idea of ADR, taking the disputes away from the courts through measures like conciliation, mediation, and traditional methods of dispute resolution. And then there is obedience to court orders without incurring high expenses in enforcement. And I wish also to mention that we are in a changing world where work is changing and climate changes are affecting availability of work. So embracing systems of production and systems of management that promote good environment would protect the jobs. And the changing work and nature of work, like in technological changes, would be calling for training and retraining, skilling and innovating the capacities of employees. And so on this occasion, I want to congratulate the Federation of Kenya Employers and the workers, and as well as the employers particularly, for protecting the workplace, the nature of work, and making sure that Kenya becomes that prosperous country that we look forward to. Thank you and congratulations.
And this is Madam Helen Apio, Commissioner of Labor.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Distinguished guests, captains of industry, sponsors, the awards, the judges, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This evening is a celebration of excellence, a recognition of winners and indeed employers, employers who have worked hard in the last year and who have managed to come here tonight, and whom I will say are victors. All who are gathered here are winners. This occasion is very important in that FKE has given us a chance to showcase what we have done as employers, what you have done as employers over the years, and more importantly, in the last year. FK's dedication to promoting best practices in employment is commendable, and this ceremony serves as a testament to that commitment. Employers, workers, and government, but this is one point that government supports, and which we are frank to say, congratulations, FKE, for doing this. As a public officer and serving in the Ministry of Labor, and now as Commissioner of Labor, I have been privileged to witness firsthand positive impact of visionary leadership, visionary employers, and what this can do and impact the society at large. And I do not take it for granted that this journey has been easy. The employers who are here and who will be rewarded have no doubt had long nights, put in a lot of effort, sleepless nights, and sometimes incurred financial losses. And because they have made it despite the difficult times, I think it's a point which we need to acknowledge and appreciate and give a round of applause to those who will be awarded this evening in advance. I do not want to make a long speech, ladies and gentlemen, but I think it is important to say that this event will impact positively the corporate landscape. And as I close, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to state that the ministry is glad to be involved in this activity and to be part of it. And we'd want to appreciate not just the Federation of Kenya Employers, but also the partners who have contributed in one way or another to making this event a success. Just to mention a few, and one who is a committed partner to supporting the labor sector is the International Labour Organization, and we want to just encourage that we could have a stronger partnership going forward, not just for employers, but also the trade unions and government as actors, key actors in the labor sector. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much for inviting us, the ministry, and to say please enjoy yourselves this evening, and congratulations to all of us. Asanteni.
And of course, we'd like to invite our next speaker, and this is Mr. David Koros, Managing Trustee and CEO, NSSF.
Let me talk a little bit about NSSF. But first allow me to also talk about this event happening today at an opportune time where we've just concluded the Customer Service Week. I think you are all aware. We've just concluded the Customer Service Week, maybe last week, and we have just crowned it with this event. So I want to again appreciate and applaud FKE for that splendid job. The National Social Security Fund plays a vital role in fulfilling Article 43 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 that gives every Kenyan the right to social security. We are particularly excited about our transition into a pension within a framework that will see Kenyan workers save adequately to be able to retire in dignity and in secure retirement after service. We have renewed our focus as NSSF on service delivery through innovations and technology that will indeed empower millions of hardworking Kenyans, regardless of the nature of their hustle, and I'm using the word hustle advisedly, to build a secure future for themselves. So what we've done is to make sure that our service delivery is always top-notch, and we are progressing towards making sure that we achieve the global best practices in provision and management or prudent management of resources and our care through transformation and modernization of our establishment. We are going through a modernization, we are going through transformation, and one of the biggest transformation is, of course, the new act. I know it is the discussion that you will have. And through that, we are excited about this. This will see the fund not only consolidate its position in an industry as an industry leader, but also in terms of asset under management, as well as a pace setter in development of our industry, where we will be leveraging on technology, and we'll also be leveraging on management of talent. To be able to achieve this, the fund has deployed or developed an ambitious strategic plan which runs from 2023 all the way to 2027 with the following 4 primary objectives. We would want to attain satisfaction levels in terms of customer experience across our respective segments. That's the informal sector, the formal sector, and any other sector. We would want to achieve or attain a satisfaction level of 95%. Transitioning, we'll also want to transition from a compliance-based system or enforcement-based system to a customer relationship model. So I want you to listen to me on this. We are going to change the way we operate as NSSF, and we are going to be customer-focused. We are going to change our model to a CRM model or a customer relationship management model. Customer is king. The other day, I asked a crowd like this, whom do you think, I should ask you this question. Whom do you think is the customer number 1 for NSSF? Give me an answer, please. Employers. Who is customer number 1? Employers. You are right. It is the employers. And I think the employers in this room today are our focus. We've come to talk to you. We've come to join you because we value you. We would want to create and strengthen our relationship with you. Our objective is to grow the fund value 3 times. Of course, you know the new rates that have come, and we are looking forward to hitting 1 trillion shillings in terms of retirement savings for Kenyans in the next 5 years. We are also going to re-engineer our ways of operation so that we comply with the provisions of Section 50 of our Act, and that this Act talks about what we spend in terms of administering the pension fund. We would want to ensure that our management costs or our administration costs fall below 1.5%. We are going to do this through improved efficiency. Again, as I mentioned, we are going to automate all our processes so that we are able to serve you better. And I want to say this has already started. We have brought our administrative costs to just about 2%, and we are coming down very fast. Maybe in 3 years we should be around 1.5%, all the way down to around 1% at the end of the strategic plan. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop there and say thank you very much. NSSF is a reformed institution. Please come and join us. Give us that trust. We will improve the lives of all Kenyans. Thank you very much.
We move on to our next speaker for the evening, Dr. Habil Olaka, the Chief Executive Officer of the Kenya Bankers Association.
I'm indeed honored to welcome you to this auspicious event to witness the unveiling of the best employers following a rigorous exercise. I hope that you all participated and that each one of us is expecting to emerge the winner of these coveted awards. Participating in the Employer of the Year Awards, which we call EYA, shows that you are a responsible employer who is willing and ready to improve consistently. It also shows that you are not afraid to subject yourself to assessment and to see how you compare against the best practices in the labor market. and I salute those who participated. I think let's put our hands together and clap for them. If you do not participate, I encourage you to take part in the subsequent surveys. In the meantime, you can ask for a detailed report on air to help you prepare for your future participation. I also encourage those who participated to acquire a customized report specifically for your organization, as this will help you address the gaps that may be existing in your organization. Those who wish to get those customized reports can leave their contact information with our registration team at the end of the event, or communicate to FKE through our usual communication channels. Always remember that the Employer of the Year Award is meant to inspire you as a forward-looking employer to strive to be the best in class. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I also wish to extend our sincere gratitude to all those who supported this process. Many of you have sponsored this 2023 Employer of the Year Award edition, either in cash or in kind. It's your generous support that has made it possible for the Federation to meet the significant costs that are associated with administration of such an award. And thank you for your generous support. I hope you will continue with the same spirit in all other areas where you are called upon to lend a hand to the FKE. This is our federation, so let us take it upon ourselves to strengthen it. A strong federation is in the best interest of all employers in Kenya. As employers, FKE is the only platform that we have to get our voice heard and respected in the policy decisions that affect us as employers. I call upon all the good and forward-looking employers in Kenya to join and support the Federation. United, we stand strong and able to face and prevail against all challenges. You are a witness to what this unity means when you reflect on the many challenges we have faced as employers, such as the new tax measures, including, but not limited to, the housing levy, the NSSF, the fuel costs, among others, which have pushed up the cost of business operations more often than not beyond our reach. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank the Executive Director and her team for having worked tirelessly to ensure that this event becomes a reality. Lastly, I'm confident that our consultant, Nielsen IQ, who drove this process, did a very good job. I know that all of us are wondering who will manage to win these beautiful trophies. To that, I leave it to Nielsen to tell us. And with those few remarks, thank you very much.
And now we move on to our next speaker, and this is Ms. Caroline Njuki, Chief Technical Advisor from ILO.
Good evening. I know we are all enjoying our sumptuous dinner, but I would still like to say good evening once more. The National President of the Federation of Kenya Employers, Dr. Habil Olaka, the FKE Board, the Executive Director and CEO of the FKE, my dear friend Jacqueline Mugo, Honorable Justice Byram Ongaya, Principal Judge of the Employment and Labor Relations Court, my sister, Madam Helena Pio, the Labor Commissioner, and ladies and gentlemen, please hold the fork and knife, Kenya's first Labor Commissioner. That should count for something, right? Hongera sana, Helen. Captains of industry, all employers present, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful evening in our beautiful capital. Thank you, Jacqueline, for putting this award ceremony that recognizes captains of industry, even during rather difficult times for enterprises. And Dr. Habil has just spoken to that. It gets better every year, and personally, I was really looking forward to this. And when I spoke with Jacqueline earlier in the week, she asked me to come ready to have a good time and party. So I hope that is what is going to happen throughout the evening. We at the International Labour Organization, the United Nations Agency for the World of Work, for the last 104 years, are absolutely proud to be associated with the Employer of the Year award. The AIR celebrates industries that are constantly putting effort towards improving organization performance. With industry still reeling from the impact of COVID-19 and disruptions in global supply chains, it is only right, ladies and gentlemen, that those that are constantly putting their absolute best in improving corporate governance, ensuring inclusivity and improving workplace environment, fair human resource practices, as well as good industrial practices, amongst other criterion, are recognized. These are the elements that make work decent, and what we as the International Labour Organization champion and offer technical support to governments, employers, and workers' organizations towards achieving. The AIR serves as a learning platform, and hope that all those of us present here, winners or else, because that is reality, take something away that can apply at their enterprise level. Allow me, distinguished guests, to speak to workplace inclusivity. We do have a category of persons that are often forgotten in our labor markets. The over 500,000 refugees that Kenya hosts. These workers often have excellent skills that could benefit our industries, while at the same time instilling a sense of purpose and dignity. I appeal to all employers presented here tonight to consider opening their workplaces to this category of persons that are hosted within our borders. Ladies and gentlemen, I appeal to all of you to continue supporting the AIR, not just so that we can have a great party every end of year, but as a way of strengthening industry in Kenya. Asanteni sana, and let's all have a really wonderful night. Thank you.
So right now, we are going to request the presence of a lady who was here earlier on. We already read her profile, and of course, she was busy earlier on, giving interviews, ensuring everything is okay. And this is somebody who is going to take us to the next part of the program. And this, of course, is Ms. Jacqueline Mogo, EBS, Executive Director and CEO, Federation of Kenya Employers. Not only to give her remarks, because earlier on she was just welcoming us, telling us dinner is served. But right now, she's going to be giving her remarks and, of course, introducing the people who are responsible for ensuring that everything is airtight, legit, and all the winners are announced as a surprise to everybody.
This is our give back to you in this week when people are loving and celebrating their customers. Could we have celebrated Customer Service Week with you in a better way than this? Could we have? This is our way of saying thank you very much, you valued members, because it's not been easy since COVID happened, and even before. Some members have had to leave because the companies have gone through difficult times. But many members have stayed faithful to the Federation. We would not be a Federation without you members. So I celebrate you tonight, and I thank you so much for your support in us pulling off this awesome event. I'm getting very many messages from people who are watching online, and they're so excited that employers are having a party, and you deserve it. We are about work, the Federation of Kenya Employers. We are about the workplace, labor relations, the human element in work. And for many years, we have thought that it is really our responsibility as your body to help us employers set the standards, to align our practices with the best in the world. And so we build the capacity of you, our members, in many different ways with your support. This Employer of the Year Awards provides an opportunity for the Federation to recognize and honor employers for the unique initiatives you take, for the contribution that you make to the national development, and for your agreeing to be vulnerable, to be assessed, for your performance to be checked, and for you putting people at the heart of your businesses. I think the BAT CEO put it very well, that the company's plans, at the end of the day, are delivered by people. So corporates that invest in people do well. And all of you sitting here tonight have invested in people, and we thank you for that. So it's a unique chance for us to celebrate employers who are often bashed in many ways, accused of many things, not appreciated. And in these times, it's important to do this. I've often said that the most important thing for employers is for us to have a friendly business environment. And this is now becoming something that the policymakers listen to, but they say that's what employers always say anyway. But it truly is important for us to have an environment where enterprises can keep people in jobs and perform well. So tonight is more than just honoring and recognizing best employers. Yes, it is that, but I believe Employer of the Year Awards, or AIR as we call it, provides opportunity for employers to adopt best practices such as ESG that we are all talking about, and by the way, FKE trains in ESG, and it helps us as employers to create wealth and have an enduring impact on society. AIR is a call to policymakers to create a business-friendly environment that will unleash the full potential of our enterprises to perform and become sustainable. AIR is about enhancing productivity and work employment, decent employment for our people. So before we know who has won and who hasn't, let us all wish every employer who participated in AIR 2023 great success. The sponsors have been recognized several times tonight, but I want to say that it's been an honor and a privilege for me to visit various members and to be so warmly welcomed. And for so many of you to just say, yes, we will support you in delivering AIR. So thank you so much, our sponsors, our supporters, our members and partners for this support. You have given in cash, you have given in kind. And I want to mention NSSF. I met the MT for the first time on a day that I went to ask him for money. Who does that? But he was very welcoming, a very friendly, open person, and he said, yes, we're going to do this. I don't even need to think about it. And he's lived true to that promise. Thank you very much, MT. I look forward to many years of collaboration with NSSF. Actually, NSSF has been a good friend of the Federation for many years. Anything that we do, NSSF supports, and we thank you and your staff for that. We wish you well. If you give us good reason to give you tier 2, we'll think about it as employers. So we remain open to that idea. So you are our main sponsor for tonight. Asante sana. The ILO, our main partner. You know, the ILO is a partner to employers and workers. Thank you so much, my sister Caroline. Norwegian Employers, our sister organization in Norway, actually helped us start these AIR Awards, and they've continued to support us through the years. The organization that I'm the Secretary General to on your behalf, that is the African Employers Body, Business Africa Employers Confederation, supported us. GIZ, you saw them. On behalf of the government of Finland and Germany, thank you very much. BAT, Safaricom, NCBA Bank, National Industrial Training Authority. I haven't seen the DG, Nita. I have seen you. I have seen the DG, because you're representing him. Last but not least, our very own board member, Ekatera. Thank you so much, Mr. Odire. I also want to thank members. You must have received a pack. I didn't receive it because I'm giving it. But in that pack, there are a number of things which have been donated by EABL, Crown Paints, KTGA, you'll have Specialty, Sarova Hotels, English Press, Swift Response, BIC, Alive and Kicking, Chandarana Food Plus, L'Oreal, Paris, Unilever, Safari Park Hotel, and Casino, including the dance that they performed here. That was their contribution. Thank you so much for this giving so generously that you've done. So all those who supported us, asanteni sana. I want to thank members of the Federation's Management Board for trusting us to pull this off in times when the budget was huge. We were not sure we would raise the money, but they trusted us to do it, and I think we have delivered, dear board members, so far. Wait until the dancing happens, because that was my promise to many of you. So, how did we do the assessment and the awards? I don't know who's getting the awards, but since the inception, AIR assessment has been conducted for us by consultants. We first had PwC. This year we have Nielsen IQ, who conducted the assessment to determine how you were doing as employers, looking at the various aspects. So Nielsen IQ, I know because I met them, have completed the assignment we gave them, and they're ready to unveil the results tonight. Are you ready to receive the results? I am just as anxious as you are to know the outcome, but we are ready. Do or die. Each FKE member that participated in the AIR survey will have access to a personalized report on request. This report will give you detailed feedback with specific recommendations for improvement in each of the 8 categories which form the subject of the survey. Of course, not all corporates took part in the 8 categories. Some did just a few, but in as many as you took part in, we'll be able to give you the report if you request it.